This is your Barbados Today Evening News Update for Wednesday, July 3rd. So glad you can join us. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. A solution is in sight to the impasse between workers and management of Massy Distribution. Today, company officials and the Barbados Workers Union held a 5-hour-long meeting, and when they emerged, the BWU General Secretary, Tony Moore, was confident that the concerns raised by workers will be settled at a second round of talks next Monday. Scores of workers walked off the job yesterday in protest against work conditions and a breakdown in wage negotiations.
During that meeting, we were able to have a very open and frank discussion around the undercurrents that led to the workers' action yesterday. But beyond that, we got the opportunity to examine where the meeting broke down yesterday, and we had a very productive exercise in trying to bring closure to the points of difference, the areas of difference. We have not yet reached agreement, but another meeting has been agreed for Monday afternoon, where we hope we can have concluded all outstanding areas of the negotiations.
Stop paying lip service to agriculture. Layne, founder of the Nature Fund Ranch, is challenging authorities to get to work to revive the sector. He's suggesting that the Scotland district is a potential gold mine for agricultural development, and he told Barbados Today authorities must put their money where their mouth is to get the job done.
When you think about St. Andrew, you understand that the Scotland district has the potential to be the breadbasket of Barbados, to be able to feed Barbados. The whole debate about whether we import, save money and so on. When you look at agriculture, when you look at the Scotland district, you understand you have the potential to impact on youth employment, foreign exchange saving, the whole idea of more nutritious eating, food security, and the list really goes on. It is a no-brainer really for us to invest more in St. Andrew and the Scotland district in particular, in able of checking a number of boxes, economically speaking, and also health and wellness speaking.
Agriculture Minister in Darware is worried about a looming shortage of livestock feed and is urging farmers to take action now. Against the backdrop of projected low yields of corn in the United States, which will spike the price of livestock feed, Ware is advising local farmers to start growing their own.
And so under the feed program as well, we are developing a program for various types of feeding mechanisms that we can use. And so corn is one that we have looked at. And so the farmers, we're going to encourage them to start growing corn as well. It now comes down to scale, and those details will be worked out, but for sure, we are looking to the production of feed, and we're looking to increase in production of corn in Barbados by getting farmers involved in growing corn.
3 days into the official ban of single-use plastics, Minister of Maritime Affairs Humphrey says there's no turning back. He acknowledges that he's been hearing the pushback, but maintains that government has been extremely fair in the process. Some interests have been pressing the government to hold the ban, with several businesses still holding large stocks of the banned item. However, Minister Humphrey noted that an extension was granted back in April for importers to get rid of the plastics. He stressed that the ban was too important to the island's future development to continue moving the goalpost. It's a good time to make investments, so says the government's top economic advisor, Ambassador Clyde Maskell. He contends that since stability has returned to the economy, Barbadians should overcome their risk-averse nature and seek to build wealth.
The whole question of investment, and why is this an appropriate environment for investment? Not too long ago, when there was uncertainty about the foreign reserve position, and you go to a commercial entity, they can hardly offer you a fixed rate. And it was obvious why they couldn't offer you a fixed rate, because there was all kind of uncertainty. about the future. And since the interest rate is the only variable I know that captures both the present and the future. It is the only one that I know that captures both. And that's why we could do present value discounting. And that's why the whole monetary environment historically changed, because Keynes and some others did not factor in the whole question of the future. And therefore it is possible for me to save today in order to be able to consume in a time period of beyond. And the only way I can do that is if I could have this magical variable called an interest rate. And then if I can have an expectation about prices.
In sports, the West Indies will be looking for victory tomorrow against Afghanistan at Headingley. The two sides are both out of the 2019 ICC Men's Cricket World Cup. However, the West Indies assistant coach Roddy Esquick is back in the home side to finish on a high.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
To regional happenings in Jamaica, Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett has confirmed that the owners of Airbnbs will soon be required to pay taxes. We get more in this report from Television Jamaica.
On the weekend, the Jamaica Hotel and Tourist Association President Omar Robinson suggested that taxes be levied on the Airbnb sector. Now, 3 days later, Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett is confirming that negotiations with Airbnb are underway, which will see the owners of Airbnbs paying taxes. Speaking on Power 106 FM's Morning Agenda on Wednesday, Mr. Bartlett says the government has recognized that operating standards have to be set locally.
On the international front, Boeing will pay out $100 million to help support the families and communities of the people who died in two 737 MAX crashes in the last year. The company said the money will be given to local non-profits and community groups that will distribute the funds to the relatives of the 346 people who died. The money will be used to support education, including college tuition or other schooling expenses for children of victims, and hardship or living expenses for impacted families, Boeing said in a statement. A Boeing spokesperson said that people who accept the funds from the $100 million compensation fund will not be required to give up the right to pursue legal action against the company. And that's news. But for the very latest, visit our website www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook, and sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izumi Media and bus terminals, as well as screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. And you can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM and Capital Media HD 99.3 FM. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Good evening.